You're on the fabulous, unequivocal, incredulous, reticent Clark the Shark show, and I don't even know if any of those words are real, but nothing is real and nothing to get hung about here on the Clark the Shark non-traditional talk radio event of a show where I'm going to break down and crystallize your mind atom by atom, cell by cell, molecule by molecule, quark by quark. Very, very reticent. You guys, I don't even know. I don't think reticent is a word, but it applies to Clark the Shark. When I'm talking about Quicksilver Messenger Service, the debut album, I need you to go back in time and travel and ask God for permission. But remember always that He sent His only shark to all of you to save you with a form of salvation that only I, the Sharkalama Ding Dong, the Sharkadoodle-Doo, can do right here from the golden EIB Sharkerphone. It's not a microphone. It's a Sharkerphone, people, made of solid gold. And it was given to me by Steve Garvey, not Dick Clark, because I'm not ready for the Radio Hall of Fame, you guys, much like Steve Garvey is not ready for the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. He deserves to be in there, but because of his personal life, he's not in there. And there are parallels drawn there with Clark the Shark. But I'm going to bring it all back with Quicksilver Messenger Service, recorded in 1967, released in 1968. And this band played with the likes of The Who and others back in the day. And you could make a debate as to who was heavy first. Was it Steppenwolf? Was it The Who? Or was it Quicksilver Messenger Service? I would say it's a three-way tie for first place, people, right here on the Clark the Shark irregular show. Here on WABC New York Radio, AM, FM, #1 syndicated radio talk show worldwide and all over the solar system. #1 on Mars, of course, and Venus, but also Mercury. Of course, Neptune, Saturn, and planet Judas. I don't even know if there is a planet Judas, but, Jupiter. But of course, definitely #1 on Uranus. That's the Clark the Shark show, people. And Quicksilver Messenger Service. This band from the late 1960s, they were a very important band. I like them much more than I will ever like the Grateful Dead. Fuck it, I like these guys more than The Who, more than the Jefferson Airplane. Maybe more than Country Joe and the Fish. I'm not sure, but I like them all, baby. That was a magical time way, way, way back. People were crystallized, hypothesized, not calculated. They were spontaneous. There were love-ins. There was free love, acid, fucking pounds and pounds of marijuana, alcohol, speed, mushrooms, and coke, all at your service. The Quicksilver Messenger Service, baby, it took you there. and it took you everywhere around the universe, and it still does to this very day. This album is gonna get 5 stars. I don't care what Rolling Stone and All Music, and I don't give a shit what they give it, you guys. This band is more important than a lot of bands. All Music gives it a 4.5. Fuck yeah, it deserves it. Rolling Stone, favorable. They're a bunch of gutless fucking liberal cowards at Rolling Stone. They never just say what they mean or mean what they say. They're always like, we gotta check in and see if Lou Reed likes it. We gotta check in and see if Bowie likes it. We gotta check in and see if Iggy Pop likes it. Fuck Rolling Stone. You gotta fucking check in and see if Clark the Shark likes it. And that's all there is to it right here on the Sharky Show. And that's the long end of it, motherfucker. Start, back, finish, retro, before, all about, round and round, circular, frown. You're down. But I'm gonna bring you up today here on the Sharky Show. I will, you guys. These 4 geniuses. There was a guy in the band that quit. Who knows? You know, all of them. They say Berg. If a name ends in Berg, it doesn't rock. Bullshit. In this band, it does. David Freeberg on bass. Of course, Gary Duncan, the rhythm player. I mean, all these guys could be legends in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I don't know why Green Day is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Quicksilver Messenger Service isn't, you guys. Every fucking band in the 60s should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and no bands from 1989 moving forward to today, 2023. None, absolutely zero of the... Dude, don't fucking get me angry today. I'm in a good mood talking about Quicksilver Messenger Service, and I don't want to get all fucking aggro. But when I think about Green Day and the Douche Fighters and today's music, I get really upset. None of these bands from 1988 to 2023 should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. None. They should have ended the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame a long time ago. Side 1, you guys. Pride of Man, classic. Light Your Windows. Dino's song, Gold and Silver. Side 1 is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you guys. The guy Dino was in prison for drugs or, some pot back in the 60s. So that's his song. It's Been Too Long. And of course, The Fool, 12 minutes. That's one of those songs probably influenced by The Who, a quick one. Every band had to do that. They had to do a long, long, drawn-out song. And The Fool is Quicksilver Messenger Service. That's their version of that. But this band is much heavier with the dueling guitars. The important sound that's heavy. I like this sound more than, more than Iron Butterfly and stuff like that, more than, The Doors. I like that rock and roll guitar, jamming. Even if it's calculated, even if it's planned, kind of like Cream, Wheels of Fire, where, the band could tell that Clapton was leaving. And so they're like, "No, we're doing acoustic songs, mate. You can still be in the band and play a solo." It's kind of like that with Quicksilver Messenger Service, you guys. The solos are inserted, and yet they're good in these songs. It's heavy, but it's melodic blues rock. You know, it's traditional rock, yet you really can't say that, you guys, because 1967, was a time when, the hard rock tradition was just beginning and it hadn't been laid down yet. One of the things I like about Quicksilver Messenger Service is there's no keyboards. So I can't really say it's, Incense and Peppermints or The Who, Sell Out, or, The Doors, Iron Butterfly, or, Paul Revere and the Raiders, or any of that. I like the stripped down blues. I dig the Dead, you guys, but there's something prefabricated and calculated and not really spontaneous about the Dead that Quicksilver Messenger Service completely more has. Maybe not completely, but if I was to choose at the time in the moment, fuck yeah, I would take Quicksilver Messenger Service over them any day of the week. This band has the power to go on stage and rival The Who or Steppenwolf, or maybe even the MC5 or the Stooges. And they would get heavier and more powerful on albums to come in the future and live shows to come in the future, you guys. Just an incredible band. And I want you guys in 2023 here to chase away your pleasant dreams and eat some chocolate, peanut butter, and jalapenos right before you go to bed with a big Diet Coke and have a terrible nightmare of a bad dream where Quicksilver Messenger Service and their crystallized, iodized guitars will interfere with your brain's neurons and scramble them in a beautiful way. Psychedelia, but more bluesy than psychedelic. Less garage. It's 1967 and the polish is beginning. I want to call this garage, like Little Sharky's Underground Garage, but I can't do it because this sounds so good. It's so clean and yet heavy. It means every note it plays, and the melody, atmosphere, and textures are undeniable with Quicksilver Messenger Service. This debut album, when it was released in 1968, it already sounded a bit dated. It sounds a lot like 1967, but then again, no, because it was ahead of its time when it was recorded in 1967. And I'm kind of bummed about the history and the future of this band, because unlike The Who and the Rolling Stones and the Dead, their time would fizzle out far too soon, like so many bands in the late 60s, you guys. Either the band ran out of money or management or something. And, Led Zeppelin and those bands just took over. And if you could keep up like The Who or the Stones, or Dirk McQuickley and Wings, baby, you could have a career in the 70s. But if you couldn't, then you wouldn't, right here on the Clark the Shark Fabulous Show. But let me tell you, for a duration of time, this band existed and this band mattered. And I want you to buy this at Amazon, iTunes, Spotify. If you are 22 years old right now and you were born in 2001, the year that those terrorists flew those jets into the World Trade Center, You don't even remember that. You're only 22 here in 2023. But I want you to get into Quicksilver Messenger Service and buy this album because I feel it's one of the most important albums you will ever buy. I want you to get into all the 60s, baby. All of it. From the Beatles in 1962 and Please Please Me, right up to Led Zeppelin 1 and 2 and The Who, Tommy, and the Stones, Beggar's Banquet, and the Ruddles, Sergeant Rutt, with that creep Lars Ulrich. Fuck, dude, don't make me say his name. They should have had Pete Best, not Lars. Fuck Lars Ulrich. He wrecked the fucking Ruddles. They would have been so much better. Man, if Ron Nasty and Dirk had just realized that, the more good-looking guys in the band, the better. Why would they want to hire that big-nosed creep Lars Ulrich, who can't even drum as good as Pete Best? That fucking sucks, you guys. But in the late 60s, these hippies from up in the Bay Area, they would keep the family together best they could anyway. I know they had lineup changes and mini bands and people coming and going too, just like any band, but oh well, that's life. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show. Buy this album, you guys. Quicksilver Messenger Service. If you want to hear blues, polished garage rock, heavy rock, melodic, atmospheric, no keyboards, there's no trippy, none of that, you guys. This is rock and roll. Of all those bands, this is my favorite band, you guys. It is. Make sure you rock this loud when you buy it. You will buy it tonight because you heard it from me, Clark the Shark, right here on my amazing talk radio show. Very important that you buy this album and you buy it now, tonight. Buy it at the link below. Don't buy it because I'm making money. That's not why. Buy it fucking anywhere. I don't care where you buy it. You can buy it for me or anybody. Don't like and subscribe to me. Don't follow me. I don't want that. I want you to forget about me. You saw me today, and that's the end. You'll never see me again. But somewhere in your brain, in the recesses of your brain cells, there is another universe where Clark the Shark dwells. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. But whatever you do, people, you buy Quicksilver Messenger Service. And you buy it because it's important. And this album will take you away. I want you to listen to all 12 minutes of The Fool. You have to. I want you to listen to this whole album once and then think about it and come back 10 hours and 22 minutes later and then play the whole album again. And then you think about it. And then you fucking go, dude, I gotta tell someone about Quicksilver Messenger Service because they're fucking amazing. They're beyond blues rock. They're more important than Steppenwolf. They may not have the hits or the top 20 or top 40. Fuck that. The Who might have I Can See for Miles and Pinball Wizard. And the Stones might have Sympathy for the Devil. And the Beatles might have Sgt. Pepper, but these guys have something that none of those bands have, and I can't put my finger on what the fuck it is, but I want you to buy this album, and you buy it tonight, people, and I'm out of here. Peace.